The Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Well, Mike, morning's about to get a lot better here. I got my good old friend, Yule canned coffee here. Just get a little. Oh. Hit here 1 second.
That's the sound we love. Oh, how's that feel?
It is electric. It feels like I have a nuclear power plant stuck in my brain right now. I'll tell you what, I can see shapes and colors, math equations that have never been seen or imagined before. Let me get another sip here.
All right. Yep.
I am like floating above my body right now. I'm telling you, what a brilliant experience. All right. How are things in Kurobe, Mike?
Yeah, things are pretty good. I'm on the other end of the spectrum here. I've got my green label. You know, Kirin. You know, one of my favorites, the Tande. As we discovered in our taste test, I don't actually like this as much as the normal Happo Shu, the Tanre. But yeah, Matt, things are good here. Not much to report. Just heading into autumn. Had a good day with Leo today. Had a couple beers with the old man and my father-in-law, and yeah, just looking
Your
to
father-in-law.
or her
father.
Yeah, her father. Her father-in-law is my father. So okay, Matt. To start off today, we got a couple lead stories coming in. First off, just wanted to get everyone up to date with how things are going in the Famichiki o Kete-sen. That's the Fami who is the king of the Famichiki. In other words, in this 1 month period, who can buy the most Famichikis. Yeah. Matt, as you know, we actually last week, our episode was a week late. So at that time, it was only a couple days, I think 4 days into the tournament. But now we've got a good 20 days in the tournament, 10 days left. And so, Matt, where are we standing right now? Remember, this is a tournament. If you, in like the countrywide, if you eat the most Famichikis, you get a year's worth of Famichikis. And then there's the prefectural and the local store competition as well. Where we last left off, 4 days in the tournament, I was leading my local store and way behind in the prefectural and the national tournament. So, Matt, let me show you what we're looking at here. Boom. Here we are. We're at my local store, Matt. As you can see, I'm still holding the lead here. Number 1. That's me right there. Yes, sir. So 20 days in the tournament, as you can see, I've fallen off my one-a-day rhythm here. I'm only at 12. I'm really sad to say. A couple I missed because I didn't log them into the app that you have to do. It's a fucking silly business that you have to do. But all right. So I'm at the head, 12 chickies. We got Kazu, who's a new entrant who has 8, and then Ota Hajiji, who was sitting at 0 and now has pumped his way up to 7. So I'm glad to say things are looking pretty good on this front. I think I can push through and hold it until the end.
Well, that was the goal, to win the local store competition.
Exactly. I think your advice was, see if you can make a push for the prefectural. If not, stay on that one a day sort of rhythm and try to take the local store. So yeah, things are looking good there. All right, Matt, let's jump over to the prefecture, see where we're looking at. As you remember, we were looking at Truck, who was way out ahead. But let's see where we're looking at now. Okay, so 20 days into the tournament. 20 days in the tournament, I'm sitting in 47th place.
Respectable.
I think.
I guess.
Yeah, who knows? So we got Truck on the top with 120 chickies, and everybody way behind. We got Oka Aemon with 46, Ryota, and Tanukichi each sitting around 40. So yeah, Matt, truck.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just seems way too
Kind
far out.
of reminds me of the 2000 U.S. Open where Tiger Woods won at Pebble Beach. Final score -12. Second place was +3. He won by 15 strokes. Wasn't really a competition. Truck seems to be in a Tiger Woods-esque position here.
Yeah.
But important thing to note, again, this is how many Fami Chikis you buy. There's no auditing happening to see if Truck is actually eating these Fami Chikis, giving them away, throwing them away, God forbid. But yeah, you do have, it is definitely a competition for second place. However, there's a bunch there at 46, 42, and 40.
Yeah. So that seems to be the exciting zone there. I don't think I can even make it into that zone. I mean, I'd have to get, if they're going at this rate, I'd probably have to get something like 40 or 50 chickies in the next week or so. So that just might be tough. But all right, Matt. So that's where we are in our regional area here in Toyama. Let's see where they're doing in the big leagues here. All right, Matt. So this is the All Japan tournament going on here. I'm in 4,900th place. Chicken Lemon holding his lead with 875 chickens. Chickies. Pretty comfortable lead. It's been neck and neck. We've got 1K, 8K, 0K, 100 with 780, and then Fami Magogo with 460. So as you can see, this is pretty much a two-person race here at the national front with just really astronomical numbers. Even fifth place has more than double what Truck has. So Matt, yeah, this is again, we talked about the mystery of how do you procure so many chickies. This is 40
Chicken
or 50.
Lemons, yeah. These guys 30 to 40 chickies a day. This person is acquiring. I mean, I don't know what sort of logistics operation he has set up, but it's got to be pretty close to Toyota supplier level capability here in terms of efficiency. This is out of control. And there's, of course, no way he or she is consuming all of these chickies.
Exactly. Yeah.
God, you can only hope that they're giving them away to people who want them versus going into the bin.
Yeah, and so we'll keep up to date. I'm out of the running here for sure.
You seem a little demoralized. You don't have a lot of spirit here. The goal, remember, was to
yes.
I mean, back in your heyday, 10 years ago, you probably could have competed for the prefectural championship.
I think
but
so.
You seem a little down here, Mike. Morale seems low. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I'm going to wait until we wrap up the tournament to give my full sort of thoughts on this tournament. I'll just give a little preamble here. All I want to say, Matt, is remember, if you win at the national level, you get a year's worth of Fami Chicks, which is 360 chickies. Chicken Lemon seems like he's going to have triple that. And so I don't know. I got a little bit bad taste in my mouth. I did have a coworker who had a new theory on how this person is procuring this many chickies. He had an idea. For I was thinking it was these shachos, these CEOs buying all these chickies. But I had a coworker who said, you know what it probably is? It's probably some like school or like class in a big city, and they're all sharing their app, and so they're going out each day. Hey, I'm gonna go buy one here. Take my app. That
Kids
sort
are
of thing.
colluding.
Exactly.
To win the tournament.
Yeah. So, I wish it was more of a fair fight here, but like I said, I'm going to push through here. I'm not completely demoralized, but I was hoping to give a little bit more of a better standing in the prefectural zone. But then I've also fallen off even of that one a day target that we were talking about. So, I'm not feeling great about myself, but I'm gonna push through until the end.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see how this wraps up. Again, comfortable lead right now at the local store level. We'll see if you can keep it. We'll have an update for everybody next week.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Let's turn to some other big news here. We have a rather exciting festival, they're calling it, coming out of Lawson here, Mike. It is a ramen festival.
Oh, yeah.
What are we talking about here? This is actually one of the most exciting campaigns I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Everybody knows ramen. Ramen is one of the iconic dishes of Japan.
No
Noodles, rich soup.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the cuisines in Japan where there's a lot of diversity. It's regional. It's also, chefs can kind of cook up whatever they dream in their brains and serve it. It's one of the few sort of Japanese food traditions. Actually, it came from China, all that stuff. But anyway, there's a lot of experimentation that happens with ramen. And Lawson is bringing that to life in a nationwide campaign beginning the middle of October. Each region of Japan, will have 3 ramen representatives serving their best ramen. But it's not going to be an instant ramen they're serving at Lawson. This is going to be closer to, the fresh stuff. It's obviously not going to be straight from the shop, but it looks like they're going to pull off something pretty damn good.
Oh yeah.
Where you can go, if you're in Hokuriku, you can go to a Lawson and grab 3 great iconic ramens from that region. If you're in Hokkaido, you can do the same. If you're in Kyushu, you can do the same. Spectacular stuff here, Mike. And let me just give a quick banner image here for our YouTube followers. Ah, God damn, this looks good. I gotta say, this is one hell of a banner here. 8 distinct types of ramen we're looking at on the banner. But Mike, we each picked out a couple of ramen bowls that sort of caught our eye. Let's take a look at what your first pick is here. Very curious to see what you got going on. You have a good eye for ramen. So let's see what we got.
All right, if you can just go down to number 3 down there. Number 3. Yes, sir. If you can just zoom into that boy right there. So this is
clean.
Yes, it does. This is from the Kinki region of Japan, which includes Osaka, Kyoto, and a place like that. Really, great area of Japan in general for cuisine. I picked out the Yukishin Shio ramen, Matt, and the reason this caught my eye is let me just describe what we're looking at. So a lot of people, I think their idea of ramen is something really sort of like tonkotsu ramen, a real thick soup, really deep flavor, muddy, but man, this is the exact opposite of that. This is some of the cleanest broth I think I've ever seen in my life. What we're looking at, shio ramen, that's a salt-based ramen. You usually light. The main flavor is just salt. It's very simple, but it's just everything you need. You got some onions on top. You got some greens. You got that chashu, which it looks a little bit special. But for me, Matt, it's that broth. It's this almost crystal clear, but that's got that sort of the fattiness, sort of the glucose, or not, maybe not glucose, the sort of the essential ingredients have been sort of strained out of into this broth while keeping it completely clear. So it just looks beautiful. I'm a sucker for sort of the lighter ramens these days, and this just looks like a refreshing bowl.
Yeah, Mike, looks stunning. A clear, clean bowl of shio ramen. It's a great option if you don't want to feel like a pile of, like a load after you eat a bowl of ramen. Shio ramen, great. You can eat a bowl, get back up on your feet, feel pretty good about yourself. So Nice choice there, Mike. All right.
Thank you.
My choice here. This is gonna be a bit on the muddier side
Mm-hmm.
here. I do like a muddy ramen, Mike.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I also like
boy.
Skeimen. Skeimen, of course, that's the style of ramen where the noodles are served separate from the broth. So you usually have a thicker, chewy noodle. That's exactly what we're looking at here. And then you have a bowl of hot, muddy broth. And you got that muddy broth. It's viscous, so it clings to those chewy, thick noodles. And, Mike, you know, I gotta say, you know, historically when I eat this stuff, I got about 5-6 minutes before Vesuvius starts cranking. You know, we were observing a great video of a woman blowing up a toilet at a Target. Check it out, everybody, on YouTube. You know, that's kind of the I got a 3-act play going in the old Johnny boy after eating something like this, but it's well worth it.
Yes,
This
it is.
an outstanding ramen. So impressive that they don't just have the traditional hot soup with the noodles in. They got some skeimen here too, Mike.
Yeah, I love it. Look in there. You've got some menma. Looks like the bamboo shoots.
Oh,
You got some sort of chashu chunks in there. The pork. And what I love about this, like you said, this is a muddy bath right here. But they've also got like ground powder out there as well, which I think would even you have the you're dipping the noodles. You're getting all that goo that's sticking to the noodles, but then you also have that extra little like powder as well to give it that sort of like that sort of boom 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 in your mouth. Kind of couldn't think of anything there, but anyways, Matt, looks great. And oh man, I would love to get my hands on that.
All right, we got a couple more to look at here. Let's see. You got a local pick here, Mike.
Yep.
Which is out in your neck of the woods here.
There she is,
no
right
question.
there.
Oh yeah, yep.
Iwamotoya. I've actually eaten at this place a number of times in Ishikawa.
Cool.
It's I've never had this bowl, but look at this. Doesn't this look great? You got some little shellfish or little clams or mollusks of some sort. So you have the sort of seafood side to it. You have some really thinly sliced chashu. Chashu again is like the pork that goes usually in ramen. You got some fairly clean broth, and I've always loved Iwamotoya. It's a great place, and so I want to give a little shout out for that local pride.
Yeah, Mike, I've never seen this before. This is a clam-based ramen, and it looks like even the dashi. Yeah, the dashi is made from, I guess, largely clams. So this would actually be another great choice if you're looking for a light bowl, something that will, keep you on your feet after consuming it. A lot of green onion there again. Keep it light, keep it fresh. You said it right, paper-thin chashu. I really like the look of this. I've never seen clams in ramen before, but again, you can kind of make whatever you want with this cuisine here. Nice choice.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, Mike. Last one we want to look at here. This is a bit of a wacko pick, I thought. This is out of Hokkaido, Mike. This is I gotta say, I've never seen anything like it. This is a cheese curry ramen. So I guess the broth here, it's a deep brown. That's gotta be the curry in there. But what's really interesting about this is you have almost like an oil spill of cheese, melted cheese on top. I gotta say, Mike, if you eat this thing, day's over. Don't make any plans for a lot of reasons. Who knows what's going to happen on the digestive side. And then, you might just black out from just fatigue. It's nap time after you eat this thing. I've never seen a curry ramen before. This is very innovative.
Yeah, I was gonna say normally, it's not rare to see like a curry udon or
Yep,
even like a
yep.
curry soba or something like that. But a curry ramen, yeah, I agree. I've not maybe seen it before, but it's very interesting. Yeah, like you said, you've got this oil spill, very well described for what's going on here. And then it's sort of like you have these four corners, like the four
Yes.
horsemen of ramen. You've got one chashu. These are at like each, sort of like place on the compass. So you've got in the
compass,
south,
yes.
you've got chashu. In the west, you've got some negi, some onion. On the north, you've got bean sprouts, and then in the east, you have, I guess that is wakame. Some
wakame,
maybe some
right,
spinach
yeah,
or some wakame,
Wakame would
some
make sense. Yeah.
some seaweed. So yeah, I don't particularly think I'd like to try this. I imagine in my younger years I might like to,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
yeah, I agree, Matt. Don't be careful with this one, but yeah, definitely a wacko pick there. But yeah, hey, seems interesting.
All right, so everybody check that out. Starts October 12th. Looks super exciting. Head over to Lawson, pick up all three of the ramen that are going to be showcased in your region, and unlikely that you'll be disappointed.
Yep. All right, Matt. Well, hey, we're heading over to Chiki Wars now, and this week pretty slow. Nothing really interesting. We're just gonna jump right into it. Out of Lawson, we've got hey, Kimetsu no Yaiba. I think it's Demon Hunter in English, maybe. It's a very super popular manga and anime in Japan, and this one's featuring the main character's sister. So, and this is how the story starts. She turns into a demon, and he has to keep her with him, and so she has this bamboo in her mouth that she keeps her from biting everybody else. Anyways, fitting with that with the character and the comic, this is Matt the Mentai Mayo. We got the mentaiko, the spicy, fish egg thing, and mayonnaise. The mentai mayo, the classic combo. I don't know, Matt.
Get it out of here.
Yeah,
You're giving it too much airtime already. This whole thing's dumb. The flavor's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
This Kimetsu no Yaiba stuff is dumb. Get it out of here.
Yeah. I know that, probably some of our listeners are big Kimetsu no Yaiba fans. I will say, Lawson this week, it seems yearly almost now, they're having a big Kimetsu no Yaiba tie-up with a ton of new items. Even almost like half of their new items coming out from that. But anyways, give it a pass unless you're a Mentai Mayo maniac, in which case, hey, we've seen it before, but enjoy yourself. And Matt, I'm sad to say that's it. That's all we've got for the Chigi Wars this week.
All right, Mike, let's head over to the new item scoreboard. Let's take a look at the numbers this week. New items out at the Big Conbini Family Mart's got 31. Lawson, 44. 7-Eleven, 127 new items. Mini Stop, 27. Daily Yamazaki's got 8. Seiko Mart at 4. New Days at 20. Any thoughts on those numbers this week, Mike?
Yeah, man. I think this is 2 weeks in a row that we've seen Lawson overtake Family Mart in numbers of items. It's a little interesting. I know a lot of these items at Lawson are beefed up by the Kimetsu no Yaiba, as we were describing, the Demon Hunter tie-up that is going on there. Seiko Mart also only 4 items, so that's a little bit less than normal. 7-Eleven with a big showing, 127. Love to see it. Otherwise, Mini Stop, New Days, Daily Yamazaki right around their normal numbers. Yeah, so, seems all right. Interesting little week here.
All right, so let's dig into the winners and losers. This is where Mike and I each pick out an item that really caught our attention. We want to dive into it in another that looks not so good. So let's see what your loser for this week is, Mike. You always have something interesting to show here. What do we got? Oh, dear Lord.
Matt, I think
this
if we
has got to stop.
Yep. Matt, what we're looking at, we're at New Days again, and I hate to keep picking them up. I'm not picking on them. I almost kind of like to keep picking these up just because they're so wacky, and maybe not the absolutely worst item I saw this week, but baffling. This is the Sugo Onigiri, Sugoi Onigiri. Sugoi means like crazy or like amazing onigiri that we've been looking at from New Days for the past couple months, and they just come out with these onigiris that just don't make any sense. They're just way too big, way too many ingredients. I think we've seen so far one that was like it had a whole bento's worth of items in it. I forget what the other one is. Okay, Matt, what do we got this week? This is the Teritama. That's the double tsukune and toroto tamago fu. Again, like fu. I don't style onigiri. So tsukune, remember, is it's like normally chicken, like ground chicken. Like ground chicken that you make into meatballs and stuff like that. So what do we got here? I'm going to describe the layers. On the top, again, this is an onigiri, ladies and gentlemen, remember. On the top, we have one tsukune burger. In between that, we have a runny, like half fried egg where the yolk is still runny. We have another burger, a tsukune burger. And then under that, we have a nice little plump of rice that also includes some egg in it seems. So the reason I picked this up, we've been looking at the Sugo onigiris. They're always baffling, but this one has sort of reached a new level for me. You know, they're saying it's like a burger, but they've only got the rice on the bottom. They're barely even including rice anymore. These are almost just like they're kind of throwing away the whole rice. You know, you got the little seaweed wrapping around the little handle there, I guess, to hold it. But I don't know how you're going to eat this without it just that egg exploding and then everything falling apart. Matt, you know, like I said, this isn't completely bashing. I think it's actually kind of just interesting, this series. I'd like to get in there and actually grab a couple and just kind of see what happens. But you know, Sugo Oni again from New Days, coming out with another surprising one here. I don't see how any normal person could eat this. So yeah, Matt, I don't know. I'm sure you got some thoughts on this as well.
This is so dumb. Listen, everybody, you got an onigiri on the bottom. You have an onigiri, a full-on rice ball as a platform. That's the onigiri.
Yeah.
Then you're putting on this tsukune burger where you got the, like, as Mike described, the tsukune flapjacks with the egg in between.
Mm-hmm.
This is dumb. The onigiri is just a pedestal for this tsukune burger. The onigiri is lost. How dare they use the word onigiri to try to sell this product? It has nothing to do with onigiri. Get it out of here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's ever in charge of this campaign, the series, you're fired. All right. Let's move on. I got a loser this week as well, Mike. Mine's out of 7-Eleven here.
Okay.
Here's
what the
we're
hell
looking at.
is going on here?
It's a little baffling. I had to look at this pretty closely for 4 or 5 minutes before I completely understood. And I'm still not sure I totally understand what's going on here. But what we're looking at here is a milk bread, a fluffy milk bread sandwich. But inside the sandwich filling here, Mike, is a Castile cake. That's a Castile cake. So we have a fluffy white bread, and sandwiched in between is a Castile cake, which is a kind of a crumbly, dry. Mm-hmm. In this case, I believe it's a coffee flavored cake. So they're combining. This is a cake sandwich, Mike. Listen, you're gonna need about 12 gallons of water to swallow this thing. It's so dry here. This is for those who are gluten intolerant. Stay away. This will just single bite of this. This will put you 6 feet under. I gotta say, this is just pure carbs. You know, you eat 2 of these, you got enough fuel in you for an ultra marathon here. You know, I have about 80 zone bars and 3 prime ribs standing by to just counteract the carb load with some protein here. Mike, I've never seen this before. It's a cake sandwich.
Yeah, I've never seen this before either. This is a cake sandwich, Matt. We've seen a lot of variations on the sandwich throughout the Conbini. Never thought we'd see a cake sandwich.
No.
You know, I think both of us aren't huge fans of the sort of sweet sandwiches that, you know, they come out with where they've got the fruit and stuff like that. But that would be, you know, a huge improvement over this. I agree. Like, not just the flavor. This is just in terms of hydration and sort of moisture. I don't understand how you swallow this, you know?
Yeah.
I think this is probably going to kill upwards 200 people probably, you know?
Yeah.
This is a hazardous item. But, you know, I will say, you know, hats off, you know, to 7-Eleven. They're just trying to put anything they can. This is kind of similar to the Sugo Oni in a way. Like, this has nothing to do with the sandwich, you know?
No.
Like, what the hell is going on here? You know, this would be like you could just, like, put bread inside of bread. I guess that would be the next, like, iteration on this. It's like
bread. That's an interesting
rye,
idea.
a rye bread stuffed inside of, you know, 2 pieces of white bread. Man, Matt.
Well, the concept.
Yeah, great
All
pick
right.
up here. All right.
Let's move on to the winners. Items that look a little bit better, actually a hell of a lot better. All right,
Yep.
we're at Seiko Mart. Help me find this one, Mike. Oh,
Yep.
Is it the meat sauce pasta?
No, Matt, you zoomed right by it, and I know this is going to be interesting. It's right at the top there, Matt. If you can zoom in a little bit
what
here.
is this?
What is this? What the hell is this? We're having a lot of talk about like variations on sandwiches and bread and rice. Matt, yes.
Oh,
This
is
is-
genius.
Yeah. What this is, Matt, what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen, this looks like a rice ball, like a real classic rice ball with the white rice, and then on the outside you have the wakame, other words, the seaweed, to sort of hold it and eat it. But what this is, it looks exactly like onigiri, but it's actually bread, and inside is tuna mayo flavor. You know, so it's pretty much a tuna sandwich. It's a tuna.
Is that tuna?
It's a well, tuna mayo, they say. So, you know, how much tuna is in there, how much mayo in there. I don't know. So I just thought this was kind of like really cool in general, just because, like, you know, there's the staple of Japanese cuisine is, I'd say, like not the staple, but one of the representatives would be the rice ball. And you know, but bread and sandwiches are also, you know, really popular as well. To sort of fuse that together is really cool. Especially with, as we discovered, the most popular type of
Yes.
onigiri, which is the tuna mayo onigiri. And the other reason that this really stuck out to me, so I've got a young boy, you know, he's 2 years old.
Yes.
He doesn't really like rice. Sometimes he likes rice, you know, and he doesn't really like bread. Well, sometimes he likes bread. I think this is the sort of item that a child would perfectly confuse them, that they would sort of like overlook what it is and just eat it thinking that it's sort of both, which, you know, I think adults would as well. But anyways, man, yeah, I just thought this was kind of cool, and, you know, especially for kids, I think this might be a hit. So yeah, this is what I picked, and this is from Seiko Mart.
Hell of a choice here, Mike. This is the innovation that you can only expect from the Conbini. They're really selling the look here. It looks exactly like an onigiri, but it's bread. You cut it in half. It's no doubt that is bread. Something else that caught my eye. It's saying it uses rice syrup.
Syrup?
What the hell is that?
Sure, what that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look into that. But again, it uses some kind of rice syrup. Yeah, we're gonna investigate this. But this looks terrific, Mike. I gotta say, they even priced it like an onigiri. It's 128 yen.
Mm-hmm.
So very clever here from Seiko Mart. If you're in Hokkaido, be sure to check this one out.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. My winner for this week, coming out of Mini Stop. Mini Stop.
Oh.
they're convincing me that they just have the best damn hot box out there. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking at here, it is the potato cheese hot dogu. Not really sure what they're going for in that name, but okay, what is this? First, it's a corn dog, but it's not just a corn dog, ladies and gentlemen. This corn dog has been covered in crispy potatoes, little flakes of potatoes. But Mike, they didn't stop there. They also stuffed it with melty cheese, okay? But they didn't stop there, Mike. No. They're also including this with the mustard and ketchup sniper rifle, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, just imagine, okay, a Saturn rocket, the thing that took Neil Armstrong to the moon, okay? It's got different modules, okay? You got the big Saturn rocket. Boom! That's the base. And that's going to fall off. And then you got another booster shot before you get to the capsule that's going to take them to the damn moon. That's what we got here, Mike. We got modules. We got the hot dog module. We got the cheese module. And then we got that capsule at the top, that crispy boy. And, Mike, I don't know if I've ever seen... This looks like one of the best hot box items I've ever seen. It's incredible. This looks absolutely outstanding.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Matt. We've seen something close, and that would be the what was it called? The Cheese Dog 2? Was that the...
Yes, the Cheese Dog 2 made a very impressive late run in the Cheese Grand Prix back in spring of 2020.
Yes. This is similar, but this has some interesting modifications. As you said, the Cheese Dog 2 only had 2 cylinders, whereas this seems as though it has 3. And your description was perfect. I was going to actually comment on that this is kind of like a space shuttle sort of disconnecting and sort of blasting you off. Matt, so what catches my eye the most here? Of course, that stretchy, stringy cheese looks amazing, and that dog, that wiener, I love it, But it's this outside shell, this potato. And Matt, I'll say it right now. If this goes how I think it should, it might be the best item we've ever seen. If Matt, this outside, because what it looks like is a McDonald's hash brown.
Yes.
And if this has the taste and texture of a McDonald's hash brown on top of that cheese and that wiener.
Oh boy.
And then you also hit it with that sniper, the double sniper of that cheese and the mustard. This might be the greatest item we've ever seen. So Matt, really a great pickup. And look at that. What's going on there? It's just blasting out.
Shot of this cheese here. When it's sitting in that hot box, that cheese can't help but just start to bubble up and burst out of that crispy potato crust. It's just desperate to get out of there. That thing is just foaming with cheese, just sizzling inside. Yeah. Wow. Gotta say, this is one of the most exciting hot box items I've seen in a long time.
Yep. And they're not wasting any space on that stick. You can see there's only about a centimeter sticking out on that stick. Yeah. Usually you get half a stick, half the food, but this thing's jammed all the way in there, Matt. I imagine this is all right, Matt. Well, hey, you know what? Great item. Another great week, but Matt, that's bringing us to the end of the show. Wow. 70 episodes, Matt.
Who would have thought?
I'm still not sure what happened. We've recorded 70 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Matt, so to close it out, as always, we'd like to say thanks to everyone who bought us a chickie. Of course, Carrie G. St. Michelle with 20 chickies, Professor H with 3, Crew of Japan with 2, Jeff Bailey and Anonymous with 1 each. If you'd like to buy us a coffee or a chiki, go to buymeacoffee.com/Conbini Boys. We'd really appreciate it. For all of our podcast listeners, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is, please share and give us a rating. We'd really appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, great to see you as always. Encourage your friends to subscribe, and leave a like. That it helps people to find the show. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but pretty much only Twitter's alive. So check us out on Twitter. We're really active there. A lot of funny and awesome stuff there, as always.
Also,
right,
look out for the Conbini Tournament coming up soon on Twitter.
Teaser.
Teaser.
It's coming back, guys and ladies. It's coming back, everybody. The Conbini Tournament's coming back. All right. And, I'll just, one last week we'll say this. If you have a Conbini memory or Conbini composition, go to www.anchor.fm/Conbini Boys and leave us a message. We got to delete that next week. All right, Matt. As always, it's been great talking Conbini. But for now, I'll see you at the Conbini.
See you at the Conbini, Mike.
The Conbini Boys. They're the Conbini Boys. They're the Conbini.